Hey guys, I forgot to mention something really important about in the previous video. Okay, the other thing you need to activate is when the Kundalini rises through your spine, it goes all the way and basically resides in your temples. The side of your head, facing the pineal gland. Okay, and that it activates all the chakras, and also you begin to see things for what they are. You begin to kind of see beyond the illusion. Okay, what I forgot to mention is you need to do as well. So when Kundalini rises, it generates heat because there are dragon, okay, and they actually can blow fire. So when it goes through your spine all the way, the fire rises from your tailbone all the way to your pineal gland. Okay. Apart from the previous video, remember I said to you, you need to do a prayer inclusive to merge the planets with your chakra. Okay, so the 7 chakras only, not 114. I think there's 114 chakra. Yeah, but there's just a 7 main that actually embedded within your spine. There is their inner or their outer. There are parts showing like they're inside of you, and there's part outside of you. Okay, and also what I was gonna say. Yes. When you've been attacked as a target individual, they will turn your flame. The menorah. The menorah has like 7 candles. Well, 8, but the one in the middle is just to put out the candle out. So it's not counted, 7 only. The one in the middle just kind of to hold the thing that they use to put the candles out. Okay, so 7. There is a black flame and there is a white flame. Black flame and white flame is associated with sun and the moon. Understand? Because they put off light. The sun and moon put off light. When you merge the sun and the moon and all of that in a previous video that I mentioned, you're basically, you begin to heal, you begin to repel stuff like attacks and stuff. Because, Ahura Mazda is aspect of God associated with fire. Okay? Ahura Mazda is God of fire, which is our God. Okay? You in a prayer you also say, I call forth Ahura Mazda, God of fire, to ignite my flame. Okay? Just say ignite your flame and stuff. Okay? You call forth also the spirit of the fire. The fire has a spirit. Okay? That God put in there. You understand? Why the fire had a spirit? You know why? Because there was a story, I don't know if you heard it, when Nimrod was going to kill Abraham, and he sent his army to throw him in a fire, like inferno of fire. He asked his army to collect as much wood to ignite a fire and throw Abraham, the father of the prophets, into the fire. God said, this is from the Holy Quran. God says, "Kuni bardan wa salam ala Ibrahim." Okay. When God commanded the fire, He says, "Kuni bardan wa salam ala Ibrahim," meaning, be cold and salaman, that do not harm Ibrahim, because when they threw him in a fire, the fire didn't burn Ibrahim. Okay, because God commanded the fire not to burn Ibrahim, because Nimrod sent his army and he wanted to kind of throw him in a fire. That why the fire have a spirit of the fire. But we're not talking about every fire. We're talking about the God fire that is given to you is actually within your vessel, within your auric field, within your energy field. You understand? That is governed by fire, because the menorahs are basically the chakra, right? Okay, so anyhow, that's what I wanted to highlight, and so include it in your prayer, and just say, I call forth the spirit of the fire of the source of all creation, and so part of it, just say, include it in your prayer, to ignite your fire, to ignite your fire within your being, to ignite every single chakra. You understand? Ignite every single chakra, and the tree of life, Sephirot, they call them Sephirot, is governed by fire. You understand? Because they are depicted like a tree, and they give up light. That's where the Christmas tree came from. Okay, anyhow, that's what you need to do on a prayer. And what else I want to say? Yeah. I'm going to post in the comment section something you need to read, and just do research on it. They made a movie, Hellboy. Hellboy is in that movie they're talking about us, 144, but our ancestors. Okay, so I'm going to put you the name, and just go online and look, and it would help you, because our ancestors, that's where we came from, heavens, they possesses a lot of power. You know what I'm saying? That why they are targeting you, because you came from greatness, you came from powerful beings. You understand? That's why they fear. They fear, something that really hasn't happened yet. You did not receive your divinity yet. You understand? But when your divinity comes, the spark that God, bi'Iznillah, on God's will, meaning, bi'Iznillah, in God's will, when He sent this divinity, You will say, you will see how powerful you are. That's why they are targeting you. You understand? Because God created us above a lot of creation, you know? And our ancestors, they had the will and power to destroy the universe if they willed. You understand? So, but we are blessed by God because there used to be a war in heaven, and some of our ancestors fought God, unfortunately, but some are not, did not. So, where we come from, we came from these ancestors that did not fight God. That's why we're blessed. You understand? Because, yeah. So anyhow, that's what I wanted to kind of talk about. I'm gonna put you the link, and just do the reading. You can do a research on it. And I think I posted a video before where I talked about their actual biblical name. The one is given in a movie, Hellboy, whatever, is not biblical. It's just, they just scripted for a movie. You understand? And I think I posted it. Did I post it? Yeah, I think I did. Anyhow, go to previous videos that I talked about them, and you would see what I'm trying to tell you. Okay? You know, the enemy, crafty and stuff. And, or they are oppressing us. They're oppressing us so we will not help each other. We will not, go batting for each other. You understand? Because I talk to some target individuals that are like, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I don't want him to attack me. I don't want him to attack me. You're not helping anybody else, by keeping your mouth shut. You're not helping. I am posting video now. I'm telling you what you need to do to help yourself. You understand? And I'm going to continue doing that. Targeted or not, I'm still going to continue doing that. Okay? When you understand we as divine beings that God, exalted us above all. You understand? You understand we are strength in number. We only become strong when unifying. You understand? I'm trying to help you guys so you could see. You could do what I'm doing. You can look online for stuff and read about things and help one another. But since my targeting began, only 2 people I can think off the top of my head helped me. Nobody else did. So when you love God, selfless love of, you put God above all, before you understand? You begin to see things are going to manifest in your life. I have done that. That why, the creator of all things and the angels are supporting me. You think all of this information just come to me out of the fluke, like I just, you know what I mean? They're telling me something, and I go look online. Oh, what does this means? And I see something, and then I go look what it means. You understand? And then I create a video to tell you guys. So basically, it's a ripple effect. It's when it's shared with me, I'm sharing with you. And I suggest you guys do the same. You understand? Do not let anyone to divide us. Anyhow, God told me last week, actually, I'm going to find my spiritual purpose in life, my mission. And then this information came along. You understand? So we came to stop injustice, oppressions, ill intentions, segregation, separation, anything that's not for our highest good. We came for that. Because if you look at this planet, what's going on, look, many wars and many earth, like global, what do you call it, events happening. The sun is sending solar flare, sending an upgrade, by the way. But you're not getting the upgrade because they're attacking your crown, because, disconnecting you. On what else? Earthquake, volcanoes, and just famine, things that's happening. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of signs happening. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things. If you paid attention, because they got you bombarded with attacks. They got you bombarded with attacks, and to create this distraction, to let you focus on things that are not important. Because sometimes I listen to target individuals, videos. Some, like, I don't know what they're talking about. They talk about a lot of nonsense. Some are like on point with they're saying. Some are like very oblivious of what's going on. And that's a problem. These ones who are oblivious of what's going on, they're not targeted heavily. You understand? Because they're docile and when you have a strong mind and a strong will, you will be targeted the most. Because they want to break you to make you something, or change you to the worst, because then you are becoming something that it goes against your divine purpose. You see, the enemy is very calculated and smart. They know what to do. Okay? So now I'm going to post these names and just go online and look for, what do you call it? Information. Okay? Yeah, one thing. Remember I mentioned in a previous video about dragons? The dragon in heaven next to the lady in heaven who's going through labor. She gave birth to Jupiter, right? Who ruled the earth with iron fist. You understand? They're talking about the planets. That lady in the stars is a planet too. Okay. And what else I want to talk about? Yeah. So the red dragon in heaven, in that verse from the Bible, go look it up. They're talking about our dragon. That dragon is not there to eat the newborn, like what they said. They said, oh, they're ready to devour. You understand? It's not gonna devour anything, because our ancestor created dragons. I'm gonna also post something, and you can see when the Watcher went against us. Not us, our ancestors, because they're more powerful. They know they couldn't kill our ancestors because their spirit is immortal and very powerful. They are very powerful. And they ended our ancestors created the dragons they spun them from the created, And then the Watcher ended up killing the dragons, but they couldn't kill our ancestor because they are very powerful. They couldn't. The Watcher are like falling angels. They're strong, but not that strong compared to what I'm just mentioning to you. Okay? So you have to understand what I'm trying to tell you here. You being you is a problem for the enemy. The enemy, if you're like just a regular person, you're not gonna inherit this powerful spiritual powers. The enemy would not really care. They're not really threatening. They don't fear you. They don't think you're, but because they know who you are. And they did this. You know what I'm saying? My targeting hasn't stopped, but hey, to each his own. Go ahead. Something happened, I mentioned it in a previous video, like last night. Somebody pissed me off. And I've decided not to go to the establishments anymore. I usually, I reach a point where there's no return from that. I have 3 friends that I used to know for years, over 20 years. They did me wrong and cut them out of my life. Understand? You have to be able to make the hard decisions. To cut people loose. People are not really for your highest good. They're not really caring. They don't care about you. You are nothing but someone that they could call out and disrespect and right the hell. So that establishment, I'm not going anymore. Keep my money in my pocket. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? Part of me, really, really, really. Okay, part of me blame the people who put us in this program. Okay? He put us in this program to experiment on us unwillingly, And then when we talk about it, they call you crazy. It doesn't matter. What's happening is happening. It's factual. It's not a fairy tale. Even if people refuse to acknowledge it, you have created words like gaslighting to minimize or dismiss when somebody telling the truth, to make them sound crazy. You understand? But I don't care what people think of me. You're not putting money, food on my table. You're not putting a roof on my head. You're not closing me. You're not doing anything. Words. Yes, it could be hurtful when someone say mean things to you. It could be cutting, very cutting and vicious. You understand? But when anyone said anything about you, you can take good deeds from whoever responsible. You say, I'm not going to forgive this person for saying this. I want good deeds from him. You understand? It's embedded in God's law, universal laws. Cause and effect. You cause something, you've done something, and the effect, something went against it. So, do not call them, by, names or do the same thing they do to you, because they cancel each other. So you say, I don't forgive you, I'm not going to say anything, but then you pray. You ask God to take good deeds from them. Whatever anything they've taken in life, any good deeds they've done in life, you can leave their scale of good deeds empty. When it's completely empty, depleted like nothing, there. Create a karmic debt on them and on them for doing this, okay? And you send it to heaven. You understand? What else? So do not really respond to these people, because they're trying to irk you, like to rub you the wrong way. It's intentional. You know what I'm saying? Because they work with psychologists, they work with police officers, secret service, and whatever. All the slaves. They work with all the slaves who do their bad deeds or negative deeds against you. But you know what? Do not be upset. Think of it as a blessing. And I just showed you how to do it. I showed you how to. Good deeds worth more than calling them out by the names. Okay? So do not retaliate or do not respond or anything like that. Just pray. Say, God, it's source of all creation, all created. You call God and you say, I choose, because God given us the right to choose, I choose to remove sins from me and pass it to whoever responsible for calling me name or doing me harm or sending me negative intentions, magic, whatever. You understand? That's how you do it. By the book, by God's book, okay? You have to be smart because you're fighting a trillion people working together in order to do one thing, trying to control you. You understand? And then you can't talk about it because they say, oh, you go talk about it. The people say, oh, he's crazy. He's insane, It's factual. When somebody listens to a conversation, what you say in your own house, when it's illegal to do that in this country, well, U.S., other countries, spying is against the law. What the hell? They allow criminal activities to go for so long. You understand? And whatever is not legal, it became legal. You understand? Because they tell people, oh, he's a criminal, he's a terrorist, and he's whatever. Whatever. You know what I'm saying? Because they could badmouth you and say stuff. People would believe it. The saddest part, people would believe anything. They believe anything. If it came from credible person, if it came from a police, okay, from a secret service, they're like, oh, this person is as such. They're like, oh, okay, what can I do to help? That's what they do, because they want to be like superheroes, because they think really they're fighting someone who are criminal. But in reality, I've not done anybody wrong. When I fought with these people in Alberta, I voiced my opinion. All I did, I exercised my rights as a Canadian citizen to express my freedoms, right? And Constitution that was written, and I wasn't allowed because I was very threatening to my ex-professors because I knew they were doing shit, excuse my French, they were doing stuff. And I said, I'm going to go to the police and I'm going to file charges against them. And then they went after me because I was going to use the law to go after the university. And they pinpoint stuff to make me an enemy of the state. That also, you can take good deeds from these people as well. Just think of anything that happened to you in your life since your targeted began and strip these people. You know what I'm saying? Why is important to do that? Because when you strip them, you can't go to heaven. You have nothing to be weighed against. You understand? Good deeds are the only way to give you a chance to enter heaven. When you have none, you're not going to be allowed to go in. You understand? Anything was done in, we also say anything was done in the dark. Anybody who's responsible, who worked behind the scene to cause me harm or cause me affliction, just be, be creative. Just, I write prayers. I actually don't write prayers. I just wing it, But if that will help you, if you want to write it down before you recite it, then what else? I was going to say something. Yeah. So remember what I told you, we are being targeted also by celebrities. If I tell people like, Rihanna, Beyonce, and these people are targeting us or attacking us with witchcraft, people will think you're crazy, right? Because who am I, right? Because, Rihanna, RiRi is really big. Beyonce is really big, you know what I'm saying? Who am I to be targeted by somebody who's as such, you know what I'm saying? So people not going to believe it. But I'm telling you, you need to believe it. Anyhow, she told me yesterday, it's like, oh, you're threatening me, and I'm gonna, basically she does witchcraft, Rihanna, RiRi, whatever her name is. I didn't threaten Rihanna or Beyonce. I said witches. I guess you are a witch for you to acknowledge that. I said witches deserve to die. Because anyone who hurt other people, because you go in your house, you do a freaking ritual to hurt somebody. That's not kosher. That's evil. Okay? And RiRi, whatever her name is, I didn't threaten you. Okay? So I'm telling you directly, I didn't threaten you. You would know what threat is when my divinity comes. Okay? I'm not threatening you. I'm still in human form. I'm not transformed yet into my ancestor. Spiritual powers and gifts. You understand? You would know what threats is. Didn't I just mention our ancestor could destroy the universe if they wanted to? So, if you think about that, really, if you think about that, that's a fear by itself. It takes another form of fear. You're not afraid. It's really, keep shining like a diamond. Okay, you would know who we are. Okay, before you recite a curse or draw a witching circle or do any sort of magic, we can undo things before you even think it, before you even cross your head. You know what I'm saying? I didn't threaten you, okay? If you do not apologize to me, you understand? One day, when that day comes, you will see. You will see what's going to happen. That's a threat. Really shine like a diamond.